let's see who is going to be our next presenter and to what is going to be our next topic. Right, let me see who is going to be. It's probably going to be me. I hope you are not tired of me, and I do have some fuel to proceed. Okay, just a second. I'm checking whether you can see me. Can you see my presentation? Okay, good. So today I'm going to discuss and present you one of our solutions. So you know us as a software development company, right? And we are a software development company. However, we also have something for you, a very interesting one. So I've been involved in IoT projects for quite some time. I think for the last 4 or 5 years, and we have several very successful and some of them are big IoT customers. And today I'm going to present you IoTMill. It's our IoT device SDK, so it's a real device, right? So my name is Rot-Serov. I'm a sales manager at PortaOne. I'm also a project manager in some projects, in some cases. So let me start with a very oversimplified IoT business model. So everything here is, I'd say, very obvious, right? What do we have? We have IoT device which has some kind of sensors, and we get the data from the sensors, right, into the IoT device. Then we need to transmit that into our warehouse somewhere in the cloud to keep the data. And after that, probably some kind of user-facing application will help us to see that information or maybe do some kind of analysis. Because based on that analysis, there's going to be some kind of solution or maybe some kind of value to the end user. By the value, I mean, let's say the temperature increased, we need to enable air conditioning. Or for example, we measure the temperature that the yearly changes is this much, so we shouldn't put this powerful conditioning there, and so on and so on and so on. So you can imagine any kind of sensors there, right? And this brings two main big problems because here, where we send information from IoT device, right, from the telco perspective, which you are the service providers, you are the telcos, this connectivity is in a sense a commodity. It means that this IoT user can go to any kind of telco, and any kind of telco can provide them with connectivity between the IoT devices and their data storage, because that connectivity will be provided by the mobile network, let's say, right, by the data which they can send from the IoT device to the network. So mean the connectivity is a commodity, and mean that anyone who will provide a cheaper rate, they can get the user. That would be one problem for telco, right, on the telco side. The second problem, I'd say, is also very important, is that the hardware itself for the IoT device is kind of quite hard and sophisticated and complicated to design, because first of all, you need to do changes in case you face any kind of issues. Those who buys the hardware from you or buys the hardware themselves, they need to do any kind of software changes, wait for that software to be changed, and maybe on the hardware, right, they need to reissue or reorder this IoT device, and it will take time, and you are not going to get any revenue at that point. So what we present is a Internet of Things IoT rapid prototyping kit. So it is a tested hardware design. So it's a real device, which is designed, tested, and debugged by our engineers for more than 2 years already. It already has multiple built-in sensors, right? So you have GPS, you have thermometer, you have gyroscope, you have flood sensor, and you can, of course, add your own sensors to the device, mean that based on your project, based on the project of your customers, right, you may add those additional sensors which can be then used for that specific IoT project. And of course, the device itself can live long. So with the battery, with the IP68 standard, the device is kind of very, very good, right? And please welcome our IoTMill. This is our device. So what you need, or if you are an entrepreneur, right, if you are, or you have a customer who is coming to you as a telco saying that okay, I need connectivity, and oh, you have a device, so what do I need to do? So they can get the device, and the device already will have those data sensors. It can do local processing. It means that, for example, if you have a changes in the temperature, you don't need to, and the temperature remains the same, you don't need to send this information to the warehouse, spending the battery life, or just using the transactions for sending the data. You can compare the data right on the device. It is done automatically there, so you can configure that, and the data will be kept there. And of course, you're going to be defining what kind of data destinations are going to be. So what kind of warehouse for in cloud or in your data center going to be storing that data. And we use standard transfer protocols there, so you'll be able to do it. And of course, then after that, you may get one device, do testing, either you're an entrepreneur or maybe you're a telco, and you deploy that service right away, right? So what we have here, and how our IoTMill will help. So you have IoTMill device, IoT device, you have SIM card, and we put here equal innovation booster, because you can imagine if you have some kind of local entrepreneurs or innovators who'd like to start IoT business, because it's trendy. It was trendy a year ago, it is trendy now, it will be trendy in 5 years. And they have ideas how they can do a service for IoT. I will give some examples, maybe some real case studies. They can come to you as a telco, and they can buy not only connectivity from you, like SIM cards, right? They can say that, okay, oh, you're providing the device. Okay, let's buy 1,000 devices from you, and in this way you'll be able to sell them 1,000 SIM cards. This is for the telco side. For the innovator side, they will be able to develop and change the software themselves, because on the device level they will be able to go there and see how it is done. They will be they will be managing that part. And of course, we will gladly share that blueprint for success within our customers. So our customers will be able to share their success stories using our IoTMill device, and they'll be happy to use that. Okay. The case study. While you see here a bear, the real story here is not only to put IoT device on the garbage bin, whether the bear is taking the garbage bin and just trying to get some food there. This problem was in Canada. I think originally the idea was that you want somehow to automatically send the garbage bin in the morning at 7 a.m. without waking up to the garbage guy, so they will collect it, and no bears are coming there because the bin just simply was standing there from the previous evening. This is one case, but I checked, and I believe 3 years ago on our customer conferences in Chernihiv, we had our customer Daniel from Datora, and he was telling a very good story about the whiskey, right? That you can buy Johnny Walker virtual bottle of whiskey. Each bar can buy the IoT device, which is a scale. And when you come to any bar, you can buy this virtual whiskey from your virtual bottle. They will pour the whiskey into your glass. The glass will be on the scale. The scale will measure how much of the whiskey you bought right now, you take, and automatically it will deduct or substitute it from the Johnny Walker whiskey bottle, which is kind of interesting use case. Of course, these use cases are, let's say, like nice stories, but the IoT spectrum of the use case is very, very broad. So I believe our device will help both entrepreneurs to expand their business, to open new opportunities for the IoT service, because IoT is kind of trending and it just continue trending. Okay, thank you for your attention. This is all from my part.